If you want to move to Europe without any job offer, then you should be targeting those countries which allow candidates to come on a type of visa called as job seeker visa, where you are legally allowed to search for a job by being in that country. So today I'll cover Sweden's job seeker visa. Why? Because of labor shortage in Sweden, and as of Jan 2023, there were over 5 lakh job openings in Sweden, and the number is expected to grow in the coming years, and hence Sweden is open to hiring foreigners. So if you want to know everything about Swedish job seeker visa, make sure to stick with me till the end of this video. Hey guys, I'm Sarika and welcome to Your Knowledge Buddy. So my today's agenda is simple, where I'll be talking about what is Swedish job seeker visa, eligibility criteria, list of documents needed, which insurance to take, and at the end I'll give you some additional tips to help you in your search. So without any further delay, let's start with agenda 1. What is Sweden's job seeker visa? This is a visa category which allows you to come and reside in Sweden to look and search for work or start a business. The duration of Sweden's job seeker visa is minimum 3 months to maximum 9 months. However, you cannot bring your family with you as your dependents unless until you switch to a work visa. Agenda 2. Eligibility criteria. Number 1. You must have completed studies corresponding to an advanced level degree. For a degree to count as advanced level, it must correspond to a 60 credit master's degree, a 120 credit master's degree, a professional degree worth 60 to 330 credits, or a postgraduate PhD level degree. So from my understanding, if you have completed a master's degree from India or you have done specialized certification, you are eligible for this visa. Also in your application, you must enclose a letter of consent that gives the Swedish Council for Higher Education, UHR, the right to contact your education institutions in your home country to verify your educational documents. The Swedish Migration Agency then sends your documents to UHR so that they can assess your level of education. The Swedish Migration Agency cannot answer questions about the level of your degree before you have made your application. Eligibility criteria 2. You must plan to seek employment or explore the possibilities for starting your own business. So you should show some plan, like you have contacted recruiters and applied for the jobs. Eligibility criteria 3. You must be able to support yourself during the period for which you're applying for a permit and have money to cover the cost for your journey home. Criteria number 4. You must have a comprehensive health insurance. Criteria number 5. You must have a passport valid for the entire period you intend to be in Sweden. Criteria number 6. You must be currently located outside of Sweden. Now, agenda number 3. What documents are needed to apply for this visa? Now, in order to make an application, you need number 1. Digital copies of the pages in your passport that shows your personal data, photo, signature, passport number, issuing country, period of validity, entry stamps, and if you have permission to live in countries other than your country of origin. Number 2, you need digital copies of examination certificate. Number 3, you need digital copies of official transcript of academic record that shows the courses included in your education. But remember that you may need to translate a document if it's not in English or Swedish. The translation must be done by an authorized translator. So you need to enclose both copies of the original documents and also the translated documents of your application. Number 4, you need digital copies of bank statements or other documents like fixed deposit showing that you have sufficient funds to support yourself during the period for which you're applying for a residence permit. This means that you must demonstrate you have bank assets equivalent to at least SEK 13,000 for each month, which is roughly equal to 1 lakh in Indian rupees, for which you're applying for a residence permit. Make sure you attach the latest statements not older than 3 months for proof of insurance, bank statements, and any translations. Number 5, you need to submit health insurance. The insurance must cover the entire period for which you're applying for a permit. The insurance must cover the cost of both emergency and other medical care, as well as hospitalization, dental care, and possible repatriation for medical reasons. The insurance terms for the insurance policy you have taken must be attached to your application. But most important point, none of the insurance like TK, Schengen, Dr. Walter, Alliance Care, Reliance Care will work for this visa. I am personally only aware of Expatrio health and travel insurance which works for such visas. So make a note of it. In fact, fact, I've heard many rejection cases due to wrong insurance being used. Number 6, you also need a copy of a signed letter of consent that gives the Swedish Council for Higher Education UHR the right to conduct higher education institution in your home country to verify your educational documents. This is how the form looks like. Agenda 4, how to apply for Sweden's job seeker visa. Once you know you are eligible and your documents are ready, you can apply online from the official website, or you can fill this form which looks like this and attach these documents at a Swedish embassy or consulate general in your country of residence. If you're applying at an embassy or a consulate general, you pay the fee when handing in your application. I'll provide the link of the official page in the video description. Agenda 5, decision on your visa. If your application is approved, you get a permit for more than 3 months. You will receive a residence permit card. The card is proof that you have permission to be in Sweden and contains your fingerprints and a photo of you among other information. Now, agenda number 6, switching from a job seeker visa to a work visa. Yes, if you get a job in Sweden during the job seeker period, you can apply for a work permit from within the country. You are not allowed to start working before you have applied for the new permit. Once you have applied for a work permit, you will be able to work while the Swedish Migration Agency process your new application. You are only allowed to work for the employer and in the profession for which you have applied for a permit. If you decide to start a business in Sweden, you can apply for a residence permit as self-employed person in Sweden and run your business while the Swedish Migration Agency process your application. Now, time for tips before I conclude this video. If you are interested in working in Sweden, there are a number of things you can do to increase your chances of success. First, you should make sure that your skills are in demand in Sweden. You can do this by researching the Swedish job market and by talking to Swedish employers. Second, you should learn Swedish. While English is widely spoken in Sweden, it is important to be able to speak Swedish if you want to get job quickly. Third, you should network with Swedish professionals. This can be done by attending industry events, joining professional organizations, and connecting with Swedish people on social media. Fourth and most important tip, start searching and applying for jobs even before landing in Sweden. Their official Swedish employment website is arbetsförmedling.se, which I'll provide in the description. You can also use other job sites like LinkedIn, which is my all-time favorite, Indeed, and you can also look for careerjet.se. So that's all for today's video, guys. If any one of you have applied for Sweden job seeker visa and if you were successful, I'm interested to invite you on my channel so that you can share your story with my audience. However, if you received rejection, please comment below the reasons for rejection so that we can learn from each other. Thanks for watching this video till the end, and I'll see you guys soon with my next video. Till then, keep learning.